Hello. I'd like to talk today about my experiences of what it means for me to be broken, what it means for me to give my power away, and what it means for me as a literal thinker with autism and ADHD and a few other undiagnosed labels. So, growing up in the Christian community and growing up, my father was in the military, ex-Marine, so I'm a good soldier. Endure like a good soldier. Take care of it, handle it all, and serve. And it's not about you. It's never, you do it all. Self-sufficiency. And so I know in this culture now, especially as a woman, I can do it. I've got it all. I can, I don't need any help. In the Lightworker community or New Age community, it's, you don't give your power away. No one's coming to save you. It's all inside of you. You don't need anybody to fix you. You're not broken. You're just fine. Or atheism. Hey, there ain't nothing out there anyways. You're all on your own. So having all these thoughts and ideas going on, and when I hear them all, sometimes it just doesn't feel good inside. Oh, who cares about feelings? Facts over feelings. And I'm like, you know what, here as a woman, something is just really wrong. It isn't wrong. My heart isn't just there to pump blood and feed the brain. It's like always feeding the brain. Like, wait a minute, no, my heart is telling me something. So for me, I have to be honest, and with my past and with everything that I've experienced, in my honesty, I am completely broken. I am sometimes a complete mess. Sometimes the shards of who I am are scattered across the universe. I can take a little jar, I have a little glass jar right here. It holds a lot of wonderful things inside. Wonderful. But if I drop it and it breaks, it's still complete in the sense of all of the pieces are there. They're just scattered. I can pick them all up and put them together like a puzzle. I can drop them and it's broken. It's shattered. But yet it's still complete. And that's what it feels like for me. I am broken. Pieces are here and there and this past or this dimension or wherever it may be. I don't know. But it feels as though a part of this light has become fractured and shattered and is like a rainbow, a prism. It's everywhere, yet it's still coming from the source of me. Even though I am complete, just like the light, yet there's a rainbow. All of these different, it fractures into this beautiful prism. So for me, in my honesty and my literal thinking, and the ADH part that takes that literal thought and goes, tries to find the very end of it or the root of it. And it's like, you know what? In my honesty, I am completely broken sometimes. I am completely shattered. I am part of this beautiful light that has just been split off in many directions. I have had hellish life experiences. I have had heavenly experiences where I don't know if God even exists, or whatever source, or love isn't real, or the devil's the only thing that's in power, or, heaven is all around me. All of these different experiences, all of these different personalities inside of me. And even though I know society says, well, it's just one person, you're only one person here, or, you're not supposed to be hearing those voices, or, there's nobody really there, it's all in your imagination. Oh, you're just fine. There's nothing wrong with you. And in one sense, I understand there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me having autism. There's nothing wrong with me hearing voices. There's nothing wrong with me sensing another presence in the room, even though I may not physically see it. There's nothing wrong with me having experiences of hell, going down and talking to the devils and demons, and even marrying one. Yes, there was nothing. These are my experiences. And in all of my honesty, I did. I've experienced so much. And I have become broken from it, and that's okay. I have become broken. I have seen so much, and my heart, it has become shattered. And so even though I know I'm complete, just like a baby, I got 10 fingers, I got 10 toes, I am complete as I came out of the womb. But then how come I can't even pick my head up to take care of myself? How come I can't even feed myself? I am just crapping everywhere, and I need someone else to come clean up my mess. well, I'm supposed to mature, I'm supposed to grow up and not have anybody do that. Well, if, like what Jesus said, to enter into that kingdom, I have to be like a child. So maybe in my childlike, autistic, whatever, in my honesty, sometimes I'm just broken and I need someone to fix me and I need some help. And it's, if I need to give my power away, okay. Because if I am this eternal being of light, then don't I have an infinite source of power inside? So isn't it okay if I give my power away in the sense of, what, could you help me? Because if I have a bone that's broken, I'm not just going to hold on to it and just wait for it to heal. You know what? I'm going to go take it somewhere. I'm going to take it to someone else to fix me. And then I'm going to be giving some of my power away. Like, here's the money. You exchange of money. I'm giving you my energy and you're giving me your energy. So we're giving our power away. He's got the power to know how to fix this, to take the x-ray and to know how to set the bones, whatever. That's their power that they've accumulated. So they're giving that to me and I'm giving it to them. And maybe sometimes in my brokenness, I would love to have somebody come and just hold me for a minute, help pick me up off the floor, or to take care of me sometimes, because I can be like a woman in this emotional unknown, here comes the storms. And sometimes in my body, I have a very hard time controlling it. I have a very hard time controlling it. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, but guess what? All of this emotion, everything that I've absorbed and everything that I've picked up and empathed in my body, well, it's coming out. It's coming out like the storms and the wind and the rain. I mean, I can be incredibly beautiful the next day. The sun is shining and the flowers are growing. But during the storm, you know what? I'm going to have to go away so nobody has to deal with me. Or maybe it would be nice to have somebody help me. Maybe it'd be nice in my fracture and my shatteredness to have somebody help me while I put those fragments back together. So in all these communities, or you don't need anything, don't look outside yourself, everything's within. You know what? I am looking outside of myself. I understand it's all a reflection of me, but you know what? When I look outside of myself and I see the beautiful sun and I see the animals or I see the green trees, it's a beautiful reminder that life exists. I do look outside of myself, and maybe that's why there's a physical realm. Because you know what? Creation decided that it was a good thing for me to not be able to look at my back. I cannot turn around and scratch my back. I cannot massage myself. I cannot, if I get a cut on my back, I can't. I would love to, I can't. Why? Because maybe I do need help. Maybe I do need someone to save me in that moment. Maybe I need somebody else. Maybe I need someone. I am giving my power away. I can't. Maybe it's okay. I can. No, I can do all things. I can do all things. Maybe if I can do all things, part of what I can do is to say I can't. Because that's part of what is possible. Maybe it's possible to not be able to. Maybe I'm sitting in heaven, this eternal being, and everything is taken care of for me, all that. I'm like, you know what? What would it be like to not be able to? Maybe that's why some of us have come down here and had very difficult lives, to see what it's like to not be served, to not be helped, to not be supported, to be broken, to feel like I've been decimated and annihilated. And maybe there isn't a source of love out there. Maybe it's okay to have gone through those experiences. Maybe there is abuse, molestation. Maybe there is something just so dark that it just broke you open and just shattered you and took you to places you did not even know existed. And maybe that was the purpose. Maybe that was the purpose. Because for me, at least, I don't believe that there's just randomness, like, well, maybe it just happens, or, like God just throws dice, right? Everything has got a purpose and a meaning. And if that's the truth, if that's the case, then everything that happened to me in my life, including my brokenness, including the pain, including the experiences that I would never want to experience again, maybe they were there for a reason. Maybe those experiences are there to help me to understand who I am. That even if somebody else were to touch me or shove something inside of my body that was incredibly unwanted, look at me. I'm still here. I am still whole in my brokenness, in my pain, in my shattered heart. I am still here. I am still alive, and still I have my power within me that I can make it, in the sense of I endured all of that and I'm still here, to show me that regardless of what anybody else does or doesn't do, I am still complete. And even if I am a broken mess, and even if parts of my soul are stuck in other dimensions of who knows where, I am still complete. Maybe this puzzle piece is way over there on that side of the universe, on the dark side of the moon. But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe that's part of the experience, is I'm going to go play that game. I'm going to go to the dark side of the moon and find out what's there. And I'm going to gather together that little piece of myself that went way over there and maybe got stuck. And maybe went down into hell and got stuck. Because you know what? Especially if any part of Christianity, Jesus was on the cross for a few hours, but he was in hell for a few days. He said in the scripture, went down to hell to go and preach the good news. So maybe that's part of what I've done as well for my own soul or for other souls. I went down into hell. I went into those dark places to be able to say, you know what? The light can still shine. I am still there for a reason. And sometimes I go down in there and then I come back up. Oh, bipolar, something wrong with you. Get on medication. Maybe, if that's what you need. But for me, it's like I'm going down there for a reason. And I know I'm going to come back up, thank God. And I'm going to go down. And maybe during those times of extreme brokenness, maybe it'd be really wonderful to have somebody help me during those times when I am shattered across the table, across the universe, and I don't know where the rest of me is at. And sometimes I dip down so far, I forget that there even is a light. I forget that there is anything else there except misery, and why have I been created, and why'd you create me, God, and when can I go home, and I hate this, and blah blah blah. My whole face, my whole countenance, I am a different person. I do multiple personalities, and that's okay. Sometimes it's like I know there's more than one being inside of my body and my soul. Oh no, she's being possessed. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. But I cast it all out. Well, maybe those parts of me that's going a little crazy, maybe instead of just casting it out and it's all a devil and a demon, maybe a little bit of love, maybe a little bit of light, maybe a little bit of saying, you know what have you seen? When Jesus went over to the man of the Gadarenes and he was naked and in chains and whatever you call it, possessed, what happened? What happened with a little bit of love? He just, thank you, fell down in gratefulness. Thank you. So maybe sometimes instead of just, oh, there's a problem there, or they got some mental issues, or put them on medication, or put them in a psych ward, you don't know how deep is that soul and what they're going through, what you may be going through, and the reasons why. It's a lot to go down to hell. It's a lot to go and to see some of the things that we have seen. It's a lot knowing that parts of you are scattered, and it may take some time in order to gather them together. Maybe it's okay to find the right people to share that with, who won't look down at you, but to be able to say, wow, that was a very brave and courageous journey that you've chosen to walk through during this life. Because not everybody can handle hell. Not everybody can handle such abuse and such pain and such darkness and separation from your own self. Not even knowing who you're supposed to be, especially if you're empathic, and you pull in everybody else's thoughts and feelings, and you're feeling the whole world and this weight on your shoulder. Maybe, even though it may be uncomfortable, to those people I say bravo to you for coming and for being in that role. Even if you've done things that were harmful, well, there's somebody that gets to be a hero, right? In order to have a hero, you're going to have an antagonist. You're going to have a monster to slay. Sometimes, maybe we've been monsters. Maybe we have been. So that somebody else can be a hero. Somebody else can say no to us. Somebody else can make a decision that's not what I want. Being able to be a contrast in this world. And then at some point, you're like, okay, I've been that monster enough. Can I be saved in a sense? Can I come to the light? Is God still going to love me because of all the things that I've done? And I've been so broken, and I've broken so many people. I've broken so much. Like, there's always the light. And if this is a free will world, if you had the freedom to choose to be harmful or to be a monster, then that same choice is still there and still resonating in order for us to say, you know what, I'd like to turn to the light now. I'd like to understand the light, and yet still hold on to the darkness and bring it into the light. Not to annihilate it or decimate it, but to bring a balance with it. Because you need both in order to have this physical realm. You need the heavy weight of gravity to keep you here. Understanding limitation, because if we were all just light, we would just poof, all of that energy. So at some point we have to limit ourselves in order to play in this game. And in doing so, and in this free will world universe, sometimes harmful things happen because of other people's choices or our choices, because we didn't know who we were. So we lash out and we're angry, and all of the terrible things that have happened to break us. Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe there is purpose to it. Maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe your life and every experience you have, maybe it was not a mistake. Maybe it was a plan that you planned along with heaven to say, let me come down here and let me understand darkness and fear and separation so that I can understand just how great and how beautiful love and acceptance is. To be able to accept myself and everything that I've gone through, all of my brokenness and my mess and my tears and my snot and the crap that just seems to come out sometimes when I don't want it to. Maybe it's okay. We may have to go away, go to our room, go sit under a tree and be a mess, but maybe it's okay to be a mess. I'm going to say to everybody in the Lightworker community, New Age, whatever, I'm broken. And sometimes I need fixing. Sometimes I'm shattered. Sometimes I'm a complete mess. And sometimes I'm going to give my power away. Sometimes I will give my power away when I ask someone else to help me and to fix me, like my car. I don't know how to fix it. I'm not here to fix my vehicle. There's a pipe that busted underneath the fountain. I don't know it. And I don't need to know it. I would appreciate someone else coming and fixing things for me. If I need someone else to fix my bones, maybe, then what am I going to do? I'm going to walk around with broken limbs. Oh, I'm not broken. I'm good. Nope, I'm good. It's all fine. Maybe, I have not yet learned how to walk on water. Still try, but until then, I may need a boat. I have not learned how to just sit there and send energy to my arm and heal my bone. I would love to, and I know that's possible. But right now, the probability of that bone being healed in the next 5 minutes is probably not going to happen. So, if somebody wants to say I'm giving my power away by asking someone else to fix something in me that's broken, that's fine. I don't mind. But you know what? When that bone is healed, I'm going to look at that doctor. I'm going to look at that person. I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to give you some power right now, meaning my energy, my love, and my gratefulness to you. And I'm going to say thank you for your skill. Thank you for the time that you took in order to learn something to be able to help me. And maybe I'm going to go to a healer, some practitioner, whatever out there and say, you know what, I need some help. Can you fix me? Maybe they can work some sacred geometry and do some whatever magic on me and help me with the codes and help fix something in my etheric or my spirit realm. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that, because it's a heavy burden to think I've got to do it all on my own. I can do all things in Christ. It's all in you. Don't give your power away. It's all inside. Don't look over here, over there. You know what? I am going to look for some help and some support. I understand that I'm still the one, though, that's allowing it. I'm still the one saying, go ahead, take my bones, move them around. My shoulder is dislocated. Relocate it for me. You know what? I have a cut. You want to go in there and take out the infection? Please do so. I have an infection inside of me sometimes. Sometimes maybe the DNA that's in my body, in my past, that's been passed down through the generational line. If there's somebody out there who knows how to help me to fix it, right here, right here, people, please. I don't mind. I am not self-sufficient. I may have self-sufficiency in me in the sense of my life is being generated from my heart, from the eternal well of life within me that has been gifted to me by the Creator. Great. I am self-sustaining myself. I've been given that ability and that energy in me. Great. Now, I'm on a physical world, though, with certain rules and certain limitations. And so I'm not going to kid myself by saying I can just do it all. No, I can't even, if I don't have breath. I live in South Texas. I need an air conditioner. The way that we have our food, I need a vehicle. I am interdependent. And it's a beautiful thing. Sometimes I am broken. I need fixing. It's a beautiful thing. I understand, again, I may have self-sufficiency within my ability to generate life, like I can exist. But so much other stuff, I'm going to need help with it. I'm going to need help. And if somebody knows how to fix certain parts of me spiritually, I will go to them, and I will be grateful to receive that information and allow them to help me and to fix me in whatever way that means. And I am grateful for that in my honesty. I don't want to do it all on my own. I don't want to gather all the codes, figure it all out. How do I ascend? How am I saved? How do I get wherever I'm supposed to get all on my own and do it all by myself? No, I don't want to. And when I am honest with myself about this, there's a peace that comes over me, like, yes. Again, maybe there's a reason why I can't scratch my back on my own, because it's universe, God, source, it's love's way of saying, you know what, I need someone else. Let's see what this is like. I need help. And that's okay. I'm broken sometimes. I'm a complete mess. You want to come and help me? I would be so very grateful. And I will say thank you. Thank you. I don't mind giving my power away. I don't mind it. So, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. If you feel the same way, broken, but you got to do it all on your own, self-sufficient, and don't tell anybody about the other voices or the issues or the problems, don't burden anybody else. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. I have been a single mother, and I have loved taking care and giving to my children. I know that there are people out there who would love to hear and give, even if it's just a supportive ear. Because if, you can't give if there is nobody to receive. There are a lot of, we can give and receive. So to be able to receive help from someone else, it's not taken away from them. It's completing a circuit and a completion of a cycle. I am giving and receiving and giving and receiving and giving. And I will take the gift of someone's help when I'm a mess, when I am broken. And I know there are people out there that you can be honest with, who would love to be able to help and to support and to be a community where we can be interdependent instead of just, it's just me, army of one. It's just myself, self-sufficient. I can do it all on my own. It's fine. If that's your journey, so be it. But for others, maybe they've done that long enough and now we would like to have community and have support. And so in that support, to be honest, just to be honest and real about your experiences. Maybe that would help other people to say, you know what? I'm not as crazy as I thought. Well, maybe I am, but at least I'm not alone. At least I'm not alone. There are other crazy people out there too. And I'm just saying, for those who have multiple personalities, I tell you what, to just have one personality, wouldn't that be a little boring? I'm just saying, to me, it'd be like, that would be boring. I am thankful and I'm grateful for who I am, even though it has been hell to try to get here. In the sense of coming to accept myself and being okay with who I am. Even though society is not going to understand me, it's okay. Society doesn't understand itself. That's all right. But in my journey, I'm learning to. I still don't understand myself. It's great. If I understood it all, I'd be done. Be like, okay, I can go home now. It's all right. I don't need to know everything. I just need to know what I need to know when I need to know it. And then the rest, someone else can know it. Anyways. This is just my perspective on being broken and the beauty of it. And it's okay. And it's okay. It needs to be fixed. It's okay. At least in my perspective. So, thank you.